Hello and welcome to this second gameplay episode. Today we are playing, we're answering the question, what is better, gear or programs? And the answer is probably, you want to play a mix of both. But in this episode we're really trying to play decks that only have one type. So I'm playing the programs to the right, and I'm only playing the Faceplate as the single gear card. And my friend here, he's playing all the gear he can play. I think he has 2 Cyberpsychosis in his deck, simply for getting rid of some units. Now, in our case, Cyberpsychosis is not going to do anything, because I'm not playing any gear. But in theory, it's good against some decks with Royce, and yeah, works as a removal card there. Now we can see our hands here. He's playing double yellow with red, so a bit more of an aggressive strategy. We have the Mantis Blades in hand. There is a lot of cheap gear cards. We also have the Faceplate. We have Satori in its new form, which has +2 attack. There's the Gorilla Arms here. And so this color combination is really good. Also, Jackie does a lot for that deck. And he's playing Royce as well, so... For me, I'm with a triple color strategy. I have blue, green, and yellow, I think. Yeah, yellow. Because I'm playing the new Kerry Eurodyne Legend. I wanted to try that out. Because we recorded this about a week ago, the day he got revealed. So, yeah. I'm also playing Goro as my go solo unit. I really want to... my strategy is to basically control the board and slow things down until I get to my Placide. I'm also playing a lot of the small one-cost cantrips. So Florit and the other ones. After Party at Lizzie's, Peace Offering. Also a lot of blockers. We got the Lizzie and Chrome Reverie to mess with attacks. We got the Take Control to mess with the opponent's attacks. So in general, just a lot of trying to prevent the opponent from getting to steal any gigs. Now let's see. The issue for me is that he's playing a relatively aggressive deck with lots of board control, so I'm trying to fight against that, which is not that easy. He also has the Swordwise Hustle, which is a great turn 1 play for going second. Let's see. Right, he's flipping a legend. There is Viktor Vektor. Just a great legend for if you're playing gear or are focused on gear, because you get to take 2 to your hand. And we can see there is a bunch here. There's the Gorilla Arms, there's Satori, and I think a Mandibular Upgrade. Yes. And Gorilla Arms is too costly, I think, for Viktor Vektor, because he gives you cost 2 or less. Now he passes the turn on that. I'm thinking, all right, he already has an attacker. He might have, he has gear in hand to get the Swordwise to 5, so he gets to draw cards. Then, how do I want to play this? What can I do? And I decide, right, I don't really have anything to face the Swordwise, and so I'm just trying to build board control and prepare for the later turns. I'm thinking, all right, what do I want to sell? The issue with, or the complex thing with my deck is that you really have to think about what you sell, because any card you sell is basically a card you cannot use, because you're really reliant on the cards being in your trash as well, with Alt Cunningham, with Lizzy Wizzy. So you're trying to use the cards twice, and so it's even more impactful, the decision of which cards I basically don't want to see for the rest of the game, and which cards I want to maybe play twice. So there is a Misty, and I think we missed the trigger here, but I think we're going back, and I'll just do the trigger during his turn. So he's flipping another legend. There's Royce, ready to get some gear on him. Here he's pointing out the Misty trigger, and I'm saying program, and there's a unit. So goes to the trash. Now there's some nuance to what you want to say, predict with Misty. General, you kind of want to say unit, because if you get the program to your trash, it's still available to be played. But in some scenarios, you want to have the program in hand, so you can sell. You have more sellables. Also, especially with the cantrips, with the 1-cost programs that get you a draw, you burn through those pretty quickly, and so you have to be careful to not run out of sellable cards. Now he has a blocker here, so his board presence is already pretty established, and then here probably comes down the Satori. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so here's the attack, and he gets to draw a card. So the value engine on his side is already working and in place. And I'm calling another legend. So for my deck, I really want to have Kerry out as fast as possible, to get more chances to roll those ones, to get more chances to draw a card on a max or min gig. And so now I'm rolling the d4. You always want to roll the highest geek dice first, so the d12, d10, d8. And once you have Kerry, you start from the bottom, going d4, d6, d8. And here we are rewarded with the 50-50 chance. We roll a 4 and get a card. Now here I'm kind of forced to make a decision. The Bombus is pretty good here because it prevents my Goro Takemura from going solo to get rid of the Swordwise Hustle. I could always play Goro and just leave him there. But I'm thinking, how can I draw into more cards and find some more stuff to work with, maybe some units, because I'm really low on units right now, as it seems. Right. So I start digging. There is a plus seed. Right. Grim Reverie, trying to get some of that momentum back, And then I have 2 more, I think. 2 more eddies, because I get to sell a card. Yeah, selling one of the Florids. Right, I'm getting a blocker out. That makes sense. If he decides to do something with maybe going solo with Royce early. Right, this time I said unit because I want to have some more units, but I did not get rewarded. The light for some reason changed colors there a couple times. I'm not sure why that happened, but I guess that's what it is. Now, his Swordwise is turned upside down to show it is currently under Chrome Reverie effect. Let's see what he does. One nice thing is you can, because I see the Malfini in hand, since Misty doesn't get spent for her effect, she's basically untargetable by attacks. But the Malfini or even the Corporate Surveillance can tap, can spend Misty, and so you're allowed to attack her then, which is one way you can get rid of her. Right, last legend. Here is Dum Dum. No, he drew a Caliber, which is of course a super good card against the Corpo Security, because he can just play it and get rid of my blocker for free. Also, look at his hand. He has so many cards in hand. It's incredible. That's like 7. And the gear deck does that, because you have a lot of card draw. Currently debating. I see another Swordwise Hustly in hand, so playing that plus a Mantis Blades is also not a bad option. Especially maybe to prepare for next turn. Play the Swordwise this turn and then get Caliber out next turn. Attack with both hustles directly. Right, he does nothing of that sort. He goes for a Sketchy Ripper. You get more gear. Oh, he hasn't sold a card yet. I see a Mantis Blades here. I think that was his only gear in hand. I know he still has the Mandibular Upgrade. Right. And there is the Swordwise. So he's going really wide, and I don't have any units in hand, so this is kind of complicated for me to get out of this. I'm drawing another Chrome Reverie. And I'm rolling a 1, so I get a draw and also a gig die. That helps me with the old Cunningham. Also, I have all 3 seats in hand, which is not great, because I can't play them yet. And I might lose before that is possible. Alright, changing another geek die to a 1. Drawing another Chrome Reverie. Alright, now Alt Cunningham first effect, reducing a gear in hand by 2 because I have 2 1s, playing a Reverie for 1. Stopping one of the Swordwises from attacking. So no card draw and 1 less geek die that I'm losing. Right, playing Florid right now, trying to draw into something. And I get a Psycho Squad. I don't have enough for that. Selling one of the Chrome Reveries. And now I'm stuck with 3 Placids and a Psycho Squad. This is not looking good. Now, I'm thinking program, because if I draw a Cyberpsychosis or something, I could always play that. I still have 3 Eddies left. I think I also forgot to ready 1 Eddy. Look at my scrap pile and his. His is empty. I have like 7, 8 cards in there already. And I think I'm talking, I was talking about liking how the deck felt, because it felt pretty good playing all those small cost cards, doing a lot of stuff during your turn, but it didn't lead to anything. As you can see, I don't have a board presence, I don't really have many cards in hand, and so I feel like the deck still needs something for the mid game, something to put on the board, to put up some pressure, something before getting to Placide, some more units, or maybe a larger costed program, something that costs 5, 6. Now we can't play any of the ones that are revealed currently because of our color choice, but that would be an idea. Now here I'm blocking the Sketchy Ripper with Corpo Security. There's 2 faceplates here, so he gets one of those, which is good for him. No, then I block him, and the Ripper dies. Here I'm talking about his him putting his first card into a scrap pile, and me already having like half my deck there. Right, so this exchange was good for both of us, because he found a card he can sell, and I found a way to trade into one of his units. Right, he's playing the faceplate. Great card for Royce, because it puts him at 10 when he attacks. Also, he has enough different geek dice values to get to draw another card, so he can spend the Royce now and play a card and then see if he finds something else he can sell, maybe. Right, and here he's paying 4. And Malfini enters the board. Now here we were debating which of the 2 effects happens first. I think it's not clear right now, but probably the faceplate, since that was used to pay for the Malfini, and he draws into a... Okay, yeah, here he taps my Misty, so it's possible for him to attack her. Now he still has a possibility to sell a card. He has a Mantis Blades in hand, so if he has another gear, that would be awesome. But I think he said he did not, so he just sells that one. Now I'm wondering, did he not have a Mandibular Upgrade in hand? Or maybe I'm remembering this wrong. Right, so he's attacking, I'm playing Florid, trying to draw into something. And then Misty is gone. Unfortunately, she didn't do much. She helped me draw into a Florid this game, so not great. Definitely not great. Alright, I'm rolling another one. So I get to draw another card with Kerry. Of course, this is way above average. So I'm way behind on board presence, so I need to get something on the board. Alright, let's pay 8 and get +C to the board. Okay. Pitching the take control and getting rid of the equipped Swordwise. Now I can't attack, unfortunately, yet. So I still have to wait a turn and survive, which, staring down the 10 power Royce, who's ready to go, is not that easy. Right, there's a 3, I think. And he has a bunch of 3s there. But he finds another sellable card. And he also has 8 eddies now. Now he has a bunch of options. He could attack first, see if I block with the Corpo Security. If I don't, then play Caliber, get rid of that, and also play something else maybe. Try to go as wide as possible. Or just play double Malfini. Keep the Royce for next turn. He has 6 geek dice, so he is kind of set for now. Now, me on the other side, I'm really hoping for a program to pitch for a Placide, to keep that going and get back into the game. I'm still staring down the Bombus, so the first Placide attack will not go through. And seeing a second Bombus, I'm even less hopeful about my situation. Now he's debating. He's changing one of my 1s to a 2, which is annoying. And there is another card draw. Right, there is Caliber. And yeah, Placide's really not great at dealing with large amounts of units, so this is a good way of overflowing the board and oversaturating the board with targets. Oh, he's probably gonna attack with both the Hustle and Malfini and get 2 Geek Dice. He steals the last one I have. And this looks dire. So he has 8 Geek Dice right now. And so I need to steal 2 to even get another turn. Now there is a way, but it's not great. I'm re-rolling with Kerry. And now I drew a program with it, which is good. Helps the Placide. But even if I attack with Placide and do the thing, another one of the Bombuses is there to block. Now there is a take control. No, what's the corporate surveillance? I think I sold those, and that's the thing I meant in the beginning. It's really important to think about the cards you sell because it could bite you. And in hindsight, I'm not happy about that because having the corporate surveillance would have kept me in the game because Placide, I can use one the Alt Cunningham effect, the second one to play the corporate surveillance from the trash, and spend one of the Bombuses, attack with Placide, get rid of the second one, steal 2 gigs, and then also or play it with Lizzie even. And so now I'm thinking, what can I do? And I'm probably playing something that draws me a card, trying to find a way to basically get around both those Bombuses. Right. Playing the after party at Lizzie's, getting to draw a card. And I drew the corporate surveillance, which is exactly what I need to not lose. So I play it, spend one of the Bombuses, and so now Placide can attack, swing in, get rid of the second Bombus. I probably still lose simply because he has so many units on board. That's 3 Geek Dice stolen plus 2 with Royce, if he goes solo with him. Or just 3 if we block the Royce with the Lizzie. But yes. I'm ending my turn here. Pretty happy with how that went, but let's see what he does. Bunch of stuff to ready. And a d20 to roll. Now he rolled a 20, which I would have been happy about. selling the Mandibular Upgrade. Would have been an option to play that on one of the units to have 2 blockers, prevent Placide from getting through even if he can get rid of one. Right. Attacking directly, starting to steal some gigs. Malfini, attack directly. Also no blockers. I'm waiting with the Lizzie for Royce. So 10 gig dice now on his side. Right, and instead he puts another threat on the board. There's Jackie, who's especially good in those later turns, because there's so many gig dice on the board, and so I think at this point he would draw something like 7 cards if I got rid of him, which is good, which is very good. Alright, he decides to spend the Royce here to get another faceplate trigger. There's a Cyberpsychosis, which does nothing. But he's done with his turn. There's 3 unspent eddies, so that would be a Cyberpsychosis angle if ever I had a gear card. Right, I draw another program, which is good, because it helps with the seed. Could get rid of Bombus that way. But I need 10. I need to steal 4 gigs. He has 10 gig dice. So I need to steal 4, and Placide can steal 2. Lizzie can steal 1. Goro can steal 1 as well. Right, using Alt Cunningham first. I know I have a couple of extra eddies, and here I realize I think that I have one eddy less than I need, because there is 5 for Goro and then 1 more to play a card from the trash. So I can't actually play the Corporate Surveillance, which is really bad. So now I have to play one of the small programs that draws me a card instead. Maybe find something that way. Right, drawing a card. No. Let's see, Placide attacks. I'll probably getting rid of the Bombus. That way I am allowed to steal 2 geeks with him. The main issue here is that I'm so behind on board state and tempo that I don't even have the option to attack into some of his spent units to gain back that board control. And also I just lose here because I have to attack with Lizzie as well, and then with Goro to even be able to gain the 4 gig dice, to not lose instantly. Also forgot to spend the one for the program I played from the trash. So I steal 4 geek dice, attack with everything, and then just pass the turn. And now he's open to attack with everything and just win. Because remember, at the end of his turn, overtime starts. So once somebody has 7 or more geek dice, the game's immediately over. And since he already has 6, he just needs to attack with 1 unit. And he has it in the bag. And here we go. Swordwise Hustly attacks directly. And then everything else. Right, there's some more attacks for good measure. At this point, I give up. And yeah, we go to game 2. I feel like this showed pretty well that I'm showing him the other triple seeds. This showed pretty well that I need more mid-game presence in my strategy. And I feel like his deck worked pretty well. And yeah, let's go to game 2. Right, game 2. And I decide to go first here. And yeah, let's see. I have a couple units here, which is nice. In my case, I only have 2 sellables, so that could become a problem. And he's mulliganing his hand. And I decide to be a bit greedy, keep the two program hand, because I have the units for the early game. And there's probably enough chances to draw into programs. For example, right here, there's a Chrome Reverie. Roll the 10. And here's Kerry Eurodyne. This is the ideal situation. We want to have him as soon as possible. And I could play one of my low-cost programs, but I decide not to. Here I kind of want to have them, keep them in hand. Don't want to draw into more units and then be left without any sellable cards. He rolls a 1, which I will gladly try to steal. And there is the prime sellable in his deck. Never gonna play that card. Never gonna play that card. Right. There's another Swordwise for first turn. And I think he also has the gear to make it 5 power. Could also go for calling a legend here. Always a good thing to do. See a Satori. Maybe he wants to play the Satori next turn on him. Nope. Immediately going to make that a unit ready to strike. Right, I'm rolling the d4, getting a 4. Again, I'm thinking, which card do I want to sell? Which card do I maybe need later. Right, I'm playing the after party here. I think I want to try and dig some deeper into the deck. There is a faceplate. And here is the Psycho Squad. So I have my own unit. Now he has 5 power, I have 6. So if he decides to attack me, I will be able to get rid of the Swordwise. Right, here's Royce. I think he wanted to get one of his other legends, the value legends. Royce is okay, but you kind of want to have him later in most situations. Unless, of course, you already have something like the faceplate in hand. And one of the Satoris sold. Now I see he has another Satori, he has a Jackie, a Sketchy Ripper, and a Bombus. Right, and here he's going for a greedy play. Right, and he attacks me directly. I think he just wants to prevent having to block with the Bombus to keep his Swordwise alive. He also gets a draw here. And it's my turn now. Right, I roll a 2, which I re-roll into a 3. Now I drew a Misty, I think. I'm thinking I have 6 eddies here at my disposal. I already have Kerry, so flipping legends is not as much of a priority right now. Lizzie in hand doesn't do as much since I only have a 1-cost program, which would draw me a card, but it doesn't help with the board presence. Now, the faceplate unfortunately doesn't help me either. I wanted to play that on the Psycho Squad, but the Bombus can still block. So I can't really get over that. So the thing I decide to do instead is play the Corpo Security and attack directly, and then keep up the eddies for Cyberpsychosis. That way I have the option to get rid of his Swordwise. Alright, and he blocks that, which is good. I sell the faceplate. Not much need right now. I don't have enough gig dice. And right here is alt. And I keep the 3 eddies open. Now I could still flip my last legend if I need to. But getting rid of the Swordwise Hustle is kind of a priority right now, because that's his board presence, basically. If I can get rid of that one, I'm in pretty good shape. Alright, here's Dum Dum. Gets to draw one. He has La Llorona. That's what he drew. So there's options. He can always play his Caliber, get rid of my Corpo Security again. Would be bad for me, because then I can't do the Cyberpsychosis thing. Or he would steal 2 gigs if he attacks directly. Right, he has another blocker out now. So it's kind of difficult for me to get through with just my 1 unit that can attack. I have double Misty in hand, and I kind of want to play her, but it's really difficult to find a time where I'm not under pressure. And so now he attacks my squad. He draws 1 for the 5+ power. And so now I go for a Cyberpsychosis and then block to keep my unit, my more powerful unit alive. He'll get another card because he defeats my security, but at the end of the turn, the hustle's gone, and so at least some of the pressure. He can still sell something. Right, Kiroshi. And there's the faceplate on Royce. Yeah, there's just so many +2 attack gears in that deck. It's really easy to find something to chuck on Royce at some point and make him that 10 power threat. One thing on note here, the faceplate is not spent. So gear is not spent when the unit it is attached to is spent. Just the unit is spent. The reason for it is that the gear could be spent for some reason itself, separately from the unit. Which is basically a future-proofing mechanism. So it doesn't change much at the moment, or anything, but it is important to note though. Alright, he's blocking my attack, and so he gets to add 3 to a geek die, or up to 3, I think. Alright, he changes, he said, oh wait, it's up to 3, so he changes it to a 3 instead of a 4, so he has more different numbers. Now, I finally get a breather over here, having a bit of time to play some stuff. And with that, I think I play a Misty. Or both. Right, what's the thought process here? I think I don't have a card to sell, and that's why I'm debating what to do. If I want to use Alt Cunningham's effect to draw with the after party at Lizzie's. See if I find something that I can sell. Right, and so now I go for the Alt Cunningham effect. Change the D6 to a 2 and then draw a card. I think that's a Chrome Reverie. So I'm lucky there. And there is one Misty. And then we'll reveal a legend, I think. And there is Goro, ready to go if I need him. I'm saying program and nice. And I also get to ready a Eddie, which I probably forget again. No, I'm I'm really not good with these Misty triggers. My goodness. Right, being used to online card games where the game basically does most of the triggers itself, or at least it reminds you of them. It's definitely something else to play in person, having to remember all the stuff yourself. Right. Revealing the last legend. And oh, that is so much value. Getting the draw one from the faceplate plus 2 cards from Viktor. By the way, that's at the start of the turn before he even does anything. So this is really good for him. Being able to see all the options he has for his turn. Granted, of course, he has to see 2 gear, but should not be an issue in this deck. Remember, he's basically playing only gear and units. So with the 50-50 split, that should be statistically easy. Right, selling another Kiroshi, and Mantis Blades is still in hand. Right, yeah, we were joking here about him starting his turn now after drawing like 4 cards. Right, he still has 6. Eddie's could be a Jackie angle. Seems solid. Could also be a Royce angle, by the way, but I don't think that's a good idea here. There's not as much pressure. Actually, going solo with Royce would put a lot of pressure on the board, definitely. Especially if he attacks directly, because then he's at 7 gig dice. I definitely have to attack with the Psycho Squad. And then I don't know. Goro plus Faceplate on my side would get rid of Royce, because he only has 8 when he's not attacking. Another thing of note is that I have 7 eddies, so in my next turn I will have 8. And that could be Placide getting rid of whatever he's playing now. So maybe playing 2 things is the better option here. Right, he's spending 6 here. And Jackie on board. All right. Because if he gets defeated, at least he draws some cards. So that's at least something. Of course, once Placide is on board, if I have if I have enough programs, that should be it. I don't think he can recover from that. So that is now my way forward, trying to get Placide here. Now, I'm seeing only 1 program in hand, so this is bad, because now I'm completely losing all the momentum that I have. Because next turn he has Jackie plus Royce, and I don't think I can deal with that. Right, I'm definitely selling that, because I want to have the 8. Now, I also don't have any programs in my trash right now, because I didn't draw any of the small ones, or not many. So there is not many options for me to play stuff for my trash. Now, the second Misty hits the field, I really want to get a program here. So I'm trying to fish for programs. If I lose some gig dice now, I'm just hoping that I can get through and survive this until my Placide is on board. Now here I make a grave mistake. I thought about playing either Corpo Security or Lizzie, and I thought about playing Lizzie because I knew he has Caliber in his deck. And here I make the mistake of playing Corpo Security because I think, oh, maybe I draw the Cyberpsychosis, and if he attacks with Royce, I can block him and also then get rid of him. And so here I'm saying program, and when Placide is gone, it's not bad. I only need 1 mostly, and another one where I don't hit, which is sad because I'm still missing any program for Placide. And also now you'll see why playing the Corpo Security is a mistake here, because I now have the 3 eddies, and getting a Cyberpsychosis is just too small of a chance to make sense to play for. And he has the Caliber in hand, and so I now lose. Because before I still had a chance, but here this just ruins me completely. And so here there's a 5. And then there we go. And now I lose my only blocker and basically my only way of not losing before Placide gets to the board. He also gets to draw with Faceplate again, but that's just a bonus. Right, and Mantis Blades goes on Jackie. And if I count that correctly, he's at 20 power now. And so that is 3 gig dice. Here he attacks directly. He says he's probably going to get destroyed, defeated by Cyberpsychosis. But I say, nope, I don't have it, unfortunately. And so he steals the 3 gigs. And so now this seems really bad for me. Even playing plus C doesn't do it here. 2, 4, 6, 8, because he has 8. I need to steal 2. So it's probably a Takemura angle. But I don't think I can recover here. Right, just to make sure, Mandibular Upgrade on his caliber. So even if I find something to attack back, he has a way to block it. I reroll my die, it's an 11, so no draw 3. So here I'm just showing him the Cyberpsychosis that I drew. Now 1 turn too late. Not that it matters much, because I still can't get through the Mandibular Upgrade caliber. Can't get through his blocker and steal 2 gigs on top of that. So yeah, that's probably game. Play the Placide and get rid of Caliber. Now attack directly and steal a gig. Of course, we want to play the game to the end. And so I trigger the Misty effects. And then that's it. And we shake hands. That's a 2-0 clean swipe and win by the gear deck. Yeah, there is definitely some stuff that I would change probably in hindsight. There has been some new cards revealed. For example, the 2-cost jacked in Voodoo Boy, which has 2 power and can only attack if I played a program in my turn. But yeah, I hope you guys liked that gameplay video, and we'll definitely do some more. Thanks to also shout out to WeirdCo and Kawa. He's been providing us with this awesome overlay where we get to track all the info so you guys can see things properly. because sometimes with the camera it's not quite readable what numbers the dice are and what the cards do with the card text. And so thanks again to Kawa for that. Now, I hope you guys have a great week for all those who are at AX, and also for all those who can't be there, like me, because I'm too far away. I'll definitely do some more of this, and with new cards being revealed, we'll add those to the list of cards in the deck that we want to showcase. I gotta say, I really like Kerry. He does a lot, and it's great to have a legend that is not gear focused for the yellow color. And yes, again, I hope you guys have a magnificent week. And with that, I'll see you around, tubes.